Good morning. Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fan.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, February 19th, 2024. And 2025. And if you're part of the Java family, you know that I haven't messed up the date in a while. And I take pride in getting the date right because it's literally right here in the title of the stream. So again, happy Wednesday. It's We Need to Know Wednesday. One of the first things that we need to know, and if you're outside right now, it's cold outside. It's very, very cold outside. The mayor actually issued a weather advisory in the summer and in the winter. We are encouraged to check on our seniors and make sure that they are well. I wanted to also, in that vein, mention as it is 19 degrees and the highest that we'll reach today is 28 from what I see here, and it's dropping tonight or overnight. It's dropping down to 11 degrees starting off tomorrow morning. And space heaters and turning on the oven, for a lot of us, fuel and the gas bill and oil is a lot right now, but we need to be safe. And so we need to know that space heaters should be plugged in directly into an outlet. They should also not be left unmonitored. If you have smaller children, you should keep an eye on them. Also, be very careful if you're turning on the oven and have the eyes on and have your vent on trying to heat the house. Jimmy, how do you know? When we've had ABCD on before talking about LIHEAP, the assistance that they provide around fuel assistance, I've had to take advantage of it. And in that, until I took advantage of it, I remember days of needing to having a pot of water for the steam to keep the house warm, closing doors and putting up sheets in front of where there wasn't a door just to walk through. I'm going to be 100. I know what it is to try to heat your place with space heaters and the oven. That's not safe. Be very careful. If you have questions, call 311, especially if you're a senior. If you are in a development or a house where the heat is a part of your rent, there is a certain temperature by law that the health department says that landlord has to keep your apartment. And so we're going to literally find out right now in real time if required temperature for Boston tenants. I also know what it is to be in a home where the thermostat is set to 80 and it's fighting to get to 70 because the home was not properly insulated and the furnace had holes in it and went anyway. So, according to Boston Housing Code, landlords must maintain a minimum temperature of 68 degrees Fahrenheit during the day and 64 degrees Fahrenheit at night for tenants from September 15th until June 15th. Now, 68 degrees is interesting. We need to know that if that 68 doesn't work for us and we're trying to raise the temperature in our home via space heaters and the oven and the stove, we need to be very careful. Okay. So I just wanted to mention that. The other thing I wanted to mention, JFK Library is open again. That was the wrong one. Excuse me. That was the wrong one. God darn it. Okay, never mind. JFK Library is open again. And I know that a lot of people from Boston were like, wait, what? And so I was talking to Uncle Thaddeus yesterday in the vein of JFK being closed yesterday due to some executive orders. And I realized, and I think I may have mentioned it to you all yesterday, I have not been on CNN as much. But I did do a little CNN snooping yesterday, and the power grabs that this man is attempting is just, it's not unexpected. It's just that the fact that Congress, the Republican side, they're not showing up on the floor. And anyway, updates. Department of Education is under attack. There was firing of nuclear, our nuclear arsenal, the nuclear department. Folks were inadvertently fired. A judge did not hold up 14 attorney generals from across the country case or filing to stop Elon Musk from accessing our information. The other thing I heard, and y'all need to keep an eye on how this man is moving in an attempt to be a dictator. There's a lot of communism and Putin type ways that this man is moving. And in the vein of what I mentioned about the judge not allowing the attorney generals to stop Elon Musk, supposedly him and his little teenagers did a search, and there are supposedly people from being paid from Social Security who are from 100 to 300 years old. First thing is, not a big conspiracy theorist, but do I believe and will not be shocked a decade from now that we find out that Starlink and Elon Musk and his little most powerful, most richest man in the world, whose son only repeats what he hears at the table and told the president that he's not the effing president? Where did he get that from? Anyway, my point is now there is this information going out that he, through what the money they save from Dodge, is sending $5,000 to every American citizen. Now, some of y'all are just hearing that, and I know some of y'all went, woo, $5,000. Listen, let me tell you something what they're trying to do. That is a power grab. That is do we need to go back to the $1,200 check that Trump wanted his name on? And how, for some of you, that $1,200 informed your vote. So JFK is open. That's how I even got into the politics. Space. What was my note for space? I wrote notes this morning. Space. I'll come back to that. I don't remember. Yesterday. Oh, I know what space is, thinking about yesterday. You all helped me yesterday. Naraki Jordan, that question of stretch versus growth. I have to admit, I've noticed in my life when there are significant deaths, it changes me. Grandma, grandpa, bishop, and bum. And so yesterday with the space that I'm in, reflection, life, legacy, I'm in a different space and I love it. And I'm moving into not care in a very median, balanced manner. Because y'all know old Jimmy's not care was a little ratchet. 50s is beautiful. So thank you all for the space that you helped push me in as of yesterday. Not perfect. It may backslide a little bit, but I put up a post this morning that says the following. Here I go looking at my phone and get a notification. Again, thank you for all of you that reached out with congratulations yesterday as we found out. And I just realized part of that, I read the email after the show. There was a line in the email that said, keep it close. So y'all don't tell nobody what I shared yesterday. Okay. Thank you. I put up a post earlier and you all are yesterday's conversation really inspired and pushed me in. I was already on a path, but yesterday's conversation in real time of us realizing the stretch, and I'll review it in a second, but let's normalize pruning away the dead weight of people, places, and things that do not edify our soul. Why are we so afraid of what they will say? I mean, they're going to talk about us no matter what we do. So why limit our peace and progress being aware of the previous? Do you? So that's where I am. For those of you that are tuning in today, hi, Leslie, Orange City. Good to see you over on Instagram. Oh, I didn't go and say hi this morning. I'll go do that in a second. So what we discussed yesterday was recognizing the difference in stretch and growth. One of the major things that came out was that a lot of times, and we were very churchy yesterday. I felt preachy. And a lot of faith-based, anecdotes and whatnot. But Uncle Thaddeus came in and said, and it isn't even, it's applicable to those of faith and those are not, that stretch and lifing, we often associate our success and growth with going through something. While that's true, while there's lessons learned and we build, muscle to bounce back, as Miss Teresa said yesterday, Uncle Thaddeus brought up a point that through love, curiosity, and I forgot the third thing, we have the ability to grow without going through the stretch. We intentionally stretch our knowledge base about ourselves and things and mental health and health to grow. So it doesn't always have to be going through. So again, thank you for yesterday. Thank you for the space, because you all have helped me. As I mentioned yesterday, the next month is going to be very interesting for me as we celebrate 5 years of intention and impact. Our Java-versary. Thank you, Michelle D. Smith. She sent me a text yesterday and said, James, you keep saying 5 years. You've been saying Java-versary for years. Stick to that. So we're going to stick to 5-year Java-versary, number 5 years of Java-versary. I don't know, but we are incorporating something very different this year. And for those of you that are tuning in now, you are hearing it here first. On Friday, today's Wednesday, I can get it done. On Friday, we are going to open nominations to the Java family and community at large to nominate people for our Red Cup Awards, taking place on March 22nd. For the past few years, first year, I worked with the families of those who the awards are named in honor of. There are a few of them. First year, we worked with the family. I nominated to the family, sent them some information. We picked together. Second year, I think I just picked. Third year, I just picked. The second year, I had attempted to get with the families, and because I was rushing late, everybody didn't have the influence. But this year, we're going to open up nominations for Java with Jimmy Red Cup Awards to everybody to nominate people in spaces of community engagement, health equity. Hold on. I'm going back into last year's archives. Hold on. Good time to take a commercial break, huh? I'm going to go into the Java Cafe and say hello to everyone in just a minute, but Java with Jimmy, 4-year photos. Nope, that's not it. Third Red Cup Awards. All right, so this is last year's. And I can't see these little icons, so hold on. Please don't mess up. Y'all, okay. My computer made a noise to let me know I messed up. So we have the Community Service Award. We have the Health Equity Champion Award. We have the Humanitarian Award. And we have the Red Cup Recipient Award. That's my award. That's the one that I give out to people. So y'all can't nominate anyone there, but yeah. Okay, there we go. My screen disappeared. So Red Cup Award nominations will open up on Friday. All right. So please keep that in mind. 5-year Javaversary sneaker ball. Wear your flyest sneakers and remember to wear Java with Jimmy colors, red, black, and white. Yes, ma'am, Michelle D. Smith. Let's go into the comments on Facebook and see who's in the room. Charlotte James, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room this morning. Michelle D. Smith, we've said good morning to you. Also, I see Sharon Cornelius. Sharon Cornelius is in the room. Where's your cup, Sharon? Mama Java is in the room. Monica, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Ange, what's up, sister? Good to see you in the room. Uncle Jonathan Gates is in the room, y'all. First of all, this man is a walking testimony and a half. Oh, I thought that was Jada Kiss, the coffee shop on Instagram. I was about to lose my mind. Uncle JG, you all know, one of the only human beings that I know that was diagnosed with renal failure, was getting ready to go on dialysis, or had to be on dialysis, and his kidney reversed. Also just went through spinal surgery. He's sitting up in a radio station yesterday playing gospel. Uncle JG, it is good to see you in the room. Thank you for the trailblazing that you have made for a lot of us in the space of media, moving in comedy and music and on the radio, but you still a trailblazer in this space. And so thank you. We got to get him on soon. Dina, hopefully you made it to work this morning. And again, keep in mind those that were impacted by the accident on 93 yesterday. Hopefully, I didn't hear of any fatalities, so hopefully everything is well. Michelle D. Smith, regarding the Kennedy Center and the JFK Museum, shaking my head. Caroline Kennedy immediately spoke out on both. We knew that. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Trump doesn't have a long time legacy here in America. And though the same side of the Kennedys was not able to pull off enough energy to not have Robert F. Kennedy elected as HHS, that's another thing that happened. And we're going to have to keep a shout out to the state, county, and city public health workers. Y'all better keep them in prayer. To my point, Trump is who he is and Elon is who he is. But these Kennedys, though old school, they got some reach. Kennedys are a huge American establishment. And this thing with the Kennedy files and assassination and also MLK's being released soon is a whole nother topic in itself. And so Michelle D. Smith, thank you. Sharon Cornelius, thank you. Much appreciated for the cup. Michelle D. Smith, again, regarding the attack on the Department of Education, as a lifelong educator, I am appalled and posted on my personal Facebook about my deep discontent. That is where equity lies for those that have intellectual disabilities. Regulation of student loans. We already know the intent there on so many levels. Dina, I seen a little bit, and I don't know if I want to read it. Listen, I will take 5K, but still won't change my voice. Oh, okay. But no, I know Dina's one of our sane resident voters. She has to be, because shout out to Mother Marie. She ain't got no choice. Dina, love you. He put his name on them checks. All right. The current White House administration is already stealing and funneling money into their personal businesses' interests from defunding U.S. aid to Africa and the federal grants and loans. MSN posted an article confirming the fact. If you have it, Michelle D. Smith, please post it for us. I have to give a shout out to one of the very vocal and active Democrats who was a black queen under the name of Jasmine Crockett. Her shady, petty, well-informed lawyer making a case self rips the White House and Elon Musk every time she's on the floor. And so we appreciate her. Y'all pray for protecting black women. Dina, thank you for the idea around the Red Cup Awards. I'm back and forth because the comments, I'm catching up. So excuse the jumping in and out of the topics. Rochelle, please keep in mind April 12th for the Black Unicorns Boston Marathon celebration of Black and Brown marathoners that are coming into the city of Boston. Man, good to see you in the room. Good to see you. Man, you catering events now? All right, brother. I ain't mad at you. All right. I think I'm all, excuse me, caught up with the comments. And Colette M. Listen, y'all. Colette M. Phillips just jumped on over on Instagram. I owe Colette's team an email back because next month is Women's History Month. Colette, we will send an invitation for March. But good to see Colette, a person that has done a lot in Black media here in the city of Boston and abroad. Rochelle did update me and let me know that the Black Unicorns event is on April 19th. Plan to meet me there. It's a wonderful event where Black and brown marathoners from across the world. This will be my third year involved. And so, Rochelle, I got to email Lorna back. Thanks, Rochelle. And so please save that date, 2 p.m. at the Reggie Lewis Center, April 19th. Please come and be a part of that. Rochelle, Uncle Thaddeus, Gail, and others that are part of the running community I'm reading my mother's comment. The gospel music was good last night, but the running community is coming together on April 19th. So please plan to be there. This is why I don't be messing in the comments a lot, you all. My nephew is in the room. If you're in the gaming and just some young urban culture, go check him out. This is his name on Facebook, Shiesty Savo Baby. Hi, Shaquan. You're going to be like, yo, uncle, don't be calling me by my government. Good to see you in the room. Proud of you, sir. Opal, good morning. Good to see you in the room this morning as well. And so also I wanted to mention this Sunday night, 9 p.m. Let me see if I can get it right. I did it. Hold on. Black Java, no sugar, no cream. We're going to do another episode this Sunday night, but it's Black Java After Dark because Brother Darnell is coming in to share some thoughts with us about a few things. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. And I talked to him about it and he knows. Brother Darnell is a well-informed, woke, educated, degreed brother of a Christian faith that moves beyond tradition and also has some philosophy that could be a little right-leaning. I call him a Republican. He's not a blagger, Black MAGA. He's kind of Black Republican, but dedicated and been a part of a lot of things in this community, stopping the issues of violence. And so I did want to give you a little bit of a teaser around his appearance coming up this Sunday night at 9 p.m. Brother Darnell Singleton will be with us. And here is just a little clip of what you can expect to hear from him.
The last thing I'll say is this. If we also want to be real, and no one wants to have this conversation, but I'm going to have it. The parents in our community, you cannot act as if Christina or Jeffrey is an angel when you know they are terror. And then if something happens, oh, my baby. Knowing your baby got 5 straps in the crib, or knowing your baby is out there selling drugs and you ain't mad at it because that's how you get in your red bottoms. Let's be real with it. All right. Knowing that you are in a situation of poverty, your son's outside off the porch, he's bringing that money in and you cool with it. Let's be real with it. Am I saying that that is what's going on all throughout the community in every situation? Hell no. But I know one thing, we as parents have to bear witness. When your son and or your daughter is involved in something, don't get on the news, don't get on Facebook saying, woe is me.
Now, that's a perspective and full context. It's a clip. That's from what we showed yesterday, honoring our brother on Monday, honoring Brother Leroy, from the conversation we had with Black men. And so he's going to come and give clarity around that statement, and just his philosophy around a lot of things. So this Sunday night at 9 p.m., Black Java, no sugar, no cream, an after dark edition. And I can tell y'all now, It's going to be interesting, thought provoking. And so that's what we do. We create conversations to move thought. Kanisha Petrie, I know that face. How you doing? Good morning. Good to see you in the Java Cafe this morning. Let me jump back on Instagram and see who's over there. Pretty Pressure 31. Good to see you in the room this morning over on Instagram. The last thing I would like to do is I want to thank Toy Burton. Somebody tag her, please. I want to thank Toy Burton because I literally was pulling into Encore for coming after. It was after the conference, just going back to the hotel. And I was in that space of Black Wild Mental Health at Encore. And my first thing was I asked Toy, I'm like, where you at? One, I saw it active on social media, didn't want her to see it there, and then just went and talked to her. But being in that space was very helpful. Also, a couple of years ago at Mental Health While Black, we got some devastating news about the passing of the young 13-year-old that was killed a couple of years ago. There was another death in his family. I was made aware of the details while sitting in my hotel room at the conference, Mental Health While Black, that Toy curates. And the reason why I'm thanking her now is because I had just, and with the issue in 23, a family member of the young person came up to me and said, hey, thank you for naming his name. A few hours later, I got the news about the death of one of his family members. And when I tell y'all, that's probably the last time that triggered, you know, when I'm triggered in trauma, I attack or serve. Here lately, I've been attacking the service. Oh, but that night, it was all attack. Even in that, Toy, thank you for one, creating the space for Mental Health While Black and all the other spaces. But two, I want to personally thank you because I don't know if I was not in a space of focusing on my Blackness and mental health after getting both of those tragic pieces of information. If I was home or whatever, I don't know how I would have handled it. So Toy, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Toy Burton, Dee Dee's Cry. Thank you. I had to give her flowers. While she is here. The Real Boston Media is in the building. We haven't seen them in a few days. They've been so busy at the office, getting ready to do some stuff. But while I'm giving out flowers and thank you to the Real Boston Media for your support. So, and they also confess, so I can't mess with them too much. First time in a few weeks. It hasn't been a few weeks. You popped in, a couple of weeks ago. So I got to give you some grace, but good to see you all in there. Michelle D. Smith, in reference to the article. So this is a hyperlink to the article that Michelle referred to about USAID. So quite a few things covered this morning. But I am so glad for all of you. Firestarter, sounding like you from Boston. Good to see you over on Instagram. And I didn't check Twitter, but yeah. The last thing I want to do is ask you all to do me a favor in reference to what we talked about on Monday in the episode around Black Man, how are you? I put a post up the other day that talked about what all of us need to be doing to stay healthy, but there was a focus on Black men. I have since changed that into a graphic on Instagram, and it is on Java with Jimmy on Facebook. Please share that. Tag men in that. In general, be sensitive to the fact you don't want to tag a man that you know was going through and he hit you and was like, yo, why you tag me in that? But share it maybe. Because as we are processing a lot of things, it is important that we pay attention to our Black men who often don't pay attention to their health, and behavioral health is a part of that. A lot of us are dealing and still will have a couple of things to deal with in the next few days. So please, brothers and sisters, share that information with men in general, but specifically Black men. I think that is it for me today. In me saying that, I need to kind of apologize to the Union Capital members. After the show yesterday, Sharon Cornelius, I saw a comment where you said either 3 more minutes or 10:57. And had I stayed on for 3 more minutes, Union Capital members would have got more points toward their gift card. Shout out to Eric Leslie and Union Capital. And so I'm definitely not going to make it to 11 today. But it's 10:34. So Union Capital, y'all get an hour today. All right. We're going to get ready to wrap up. Don't forget this Sunday night, 9 p.m. Also, in the theme of We Need to Know Wednesday, remember how I started. Currently, it is 19 degrees. Overnight, it's going to hit 11. Be careful with your space heaters, turning on the oven. If you don't have heat, call 311. Also, you can reach out to ABCD. There are a lot of things interesting with the federal cuts and whatnot, but get yourself in the system. Apply. I don't believe it's too late. I haven't got a missive or heard from them, but the money has run out. So you need heating assistance, apply for it. Call 311. Don't forget that if your temperature in the house is below 68 degrees, you can call 311. And inspectional services should contact your landlord or developer or management company if your heat is off for whatever reason. The other thing I'll say is as these temperatures are falling, I'm old school. Pipes bursting is huge. Certain temperatures, guess what I do? I'm going to give you all a second in the comments. And in certain temperatures, when it comes to avoiding pipes bursting, what do y'all think that I do? I want to review a couple of comments and go back. Sharon Cornelius, the pan of water in the oven does the steam and the same thing as putting the pot on the stove, but it's actually more, that unmonitored can be more toxic because the fumes in a non-properly ventilated space that comes from outside of cooking, a non-ventilated area is not healthy. Now, again, we're all old school. Space, listen, I was creative when I didn't have heat, either through an issue with the landlord or a couple of times we heated by oil and we couldn't call the oil company. Oh, and when the gas got cut off. And so, but we got to be careful. If you all remember actually in winter of 20, or on the flip side, the 21 side of winter, we had the Boston Fire Department come in, and maybe I need to go find that episode and clip that up and put that on social media. We need to know that we need to be safe in this extreme coldness. I was going to say extreme heat. In this extreme cold, the mayor has issued a weather advisory, right? And I don't think it's bad, but I've seen a little chatter. We'll wrap up about more snow. With this season, we've gotten more snow. All right, so Thursday. Oh, well, I guess the forecast changed. I don't see any precipitation forecasted for tomorrow. At least not in I'm specific to Roxbury and Boston. I don't see it in the forecast, so I think we skipped something tomorrow. Asia said, old school is always why so many people have asthma. Call 311, ask for help, go to a loved one's home if possible. Absolutely. Dina, let your faucet drip very light in freezing temps if an old house, apartment, or building. So Dina, yours was the first comment I saw, but oh yeah, I will put the faucet on a drip. If you put the bathroom in the kitchen, faucets on a drip, particularly the cold water. Hot water tends to be okay, but the cold water, put that on a slight drip because you don't want your pipes to freeze and then burst. And then you got a whole nother problem going on, especially if you're a homeowner. That's a financial impact on you. And if you're in a space where it's a developer or management company, most of the bigger management companies do have emergency services, but So keep all of that in mind on this We Need to Know Wednesday. I think that is it. Everybody is dropping in on the drip. What did Pastor Amani say? Drip, absolutely. Let your faucet drip. Okay, so we all agree that when the temperature is real bad, we let the faucet drip. But I have to reiterate Asia's point, away from the danger of fire and the fumes. I guess Asia is affirming in a more clarifying way that it can cause asthma from being in those fumes, non-ventilated. And we already know a lot of us, environmentally hereditary. I'll get a doctor to come and talk about it. Asthma maybe can be biologically hereditary, but asthma may for some be environmentally hereditary. So space heaters and ovens in the winter, from what Asia is saying, could be a huge contribution. So please keep that in mind. 311, the Boston Public Health Commission, but can't get their number, 311 will direct you. Oh, let me say a little something about 311. Get you a case number and specifically request my case not be closed until I am satisfied with resolve. Good sister from ONS from Roxbury is on from the city of Boston. I'm sure she would agree to make sure that your situation is addressed. Get a case number, write it down. You can give them your email and they'll send you the case number. Okay. I'm fussing a little bit, so let's get ready to go, close out with some love. And Uncle Thaddeus kept his word, y'all. He did put up his post about love based on a lot of our dialogue yesterday. And so let's go ahead and we're going to close out with Uncle Thaddeus's post. And here it is. All right. I'm going to try to do it justice and not stutter. The Dow. When I see you, I'm going to swing on you because you messed me up. To all of you brothers, good to see you in the room, man. And awareness that you're still working while dealing. Y'all do me a favor and put them praying hands in the comments for the Dow and all the community and loved ones that love Bum. The Dow, when I see you, it's on. And you know I'm not that. Yo, bro. You messed me up. So we're going to go out and close out in love based on what Uncle Thaddeus wrote this morning. Wisdom Wednesday. Love in its complexity. Love is not soft, though it can be gentle. Love is not easy, though it can be effortless. Love is not perfect, though it holds all of our imperfections. The Bible says that perfect love covers a multitude of what, y'all? Oh, excuse me. Love is present. Staying with the silence is heavy. Love is truth. Speaking when it's easier to hide. I must have read this half sleep because there's a couple of things I remember and a couple of things I don't. Uncle Thaddeus, this is good. All right, I'm going to shut up with commentary. Love is boundary. Choosing self while honoring others. I'm lying. And also while doing no harm. Love is release. Letting go when holding tight becomes harm. Love is labor. Building when it would be simpler to walk away. Love is grace. Seeing the cracks but choosing to stay near. Love is grief. The evidence that what we held mattered. Love is joy, the likeness when we know we belong. Love is freedom, the space to be without shrinking. Love is resistance, standing firm when the world says we shouldn't. Love is not one thing. It is the full spectrum, the ache, the ease, the holding on and letting go. It bends, it bruises, it rebuilds. But at its core, love remains complex, whole, ours. Love. Uncle Thaddeus. I'm waiting for the day that somebody, Uncle Thaddeus, called me and say, yo, somebody said, yo, Jimmy always calling you out and giving you props on the show. Guess what? We don't even care. Flowers, love, respect. There's some statements that just have to be followed up with dong for you Bibles. Mika. Hi, Mika. Mika, just for old time's sake, I should just talk to you about the food. Matter of fact, the second anniversary, Mika held down the food at third anniversary at Lena Park. Mika was the one, if y'all remember, over there in Lena Park's Brook House holding down the food. Mika, it's good to see you in the building. Rochelle, leave me alone. All right, folks. I am so glad that we were able to. I have to mention this just because I saw carbon monoxide. Truth. Carbon monoxide is odorous and colorless. Yes. Michelle, thank you for specific. So carbon monoxide is also an issue. The things, daylight savings time is getting ready to happen. If you didn't do it in the fall, y'all know the rules about your, what is that thing called? I would get ready to say space heater. What's the thing on the ceiling called smoke detector? Batteries change on the smoke detector when we change the clocks. Also, in addition to smoke detectors, it's recommended that you have a carbon monoxide detector in your home as well. Smoke, odorless and colorless, just like, well, gas they had to put an odor in gas. Anyway, all right, y'all going to try to get me up to 1050 something again and keep me here till 1101. I'm getting ready to go. Matter of fact, I think I have a meeting today. We're going to go. Charlotte, thank you. Malagro, thank you. So we'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Thankful Thursdays. We will close out this week with gratitude. Queen Nick, good to see you. Also, Pretty Pressure, thank you so much for participating. Disconnect the holes outside. Pretty Pressure, tell me what you mean by that about disconnect the holes outside. Frozen water. Turn it off and disconnect yes. If you have a spigot faucet, Lord Jesus, I said a spigot. If you have a faucet outside, turn that off. Or should we let that drip? Y'all homeowners, let me know. If you have a faucet for the outside gardening or whatever, should that be on a slight drip too, being outside? Because the water dripping could freeze and then go down in. So I don't know. Somebody that knows, let us know before we go, before 1050. Y'all think y'all slick. Union Capital members. Pretty Pressure, thank you for that reminder. Come on, y'all. Tell me real quick. Hey, Siri, during cold temperatures, should you turn the outside faucet off? Yes or no? She said, I couldn't find that in your home. Hey, Siri, should we turn the faucet off outside in cold weather? Hold on. Chat GBT. Speaking of Chat GBT, y'all better not download what is it? Deep Seeker? I heard it's a little worse than come on. Hold on. It's trying to make me sign. Anyway, I don't want to sign in. Let me just ask my question. I'll get my updates later. Anyway, it's acting stupid. We'll get back to y'all about the outside. Adina says, at start of winter, I always turn off the water supply to outside. Okay. Milagro. That was shady, but good. And it's not 1051. I got 1049. So anyway, all right. I think we got some information regarding the outdoor hose. Disconnect and turn the water off. Don't let it drip because it will freeze. Absolutely. So if you didn't turn it off already in February, so turn it off now, disconnect it. Well, the other thing is it's probably frozen for any condensation. It was. All right, so we found out. I don't know what we can do now, but next winter, right, when that temperature, well, shoot, in October, we ain't outside spraying no water. Turn the faucet off, let it dry out. All right, we learned something new today. We need to know Wednesday. Y'all have a great day. Milagro. You and Vidal. Oh, I don't put my hands on women. Jesus. I don't know. I'll just give you a dirty look when I see you. You all seriously have a great day rather. And to Vidal again and the other brothers, you all keep the family, the community of Leroy Peoples and all of us, Bob Terrell's community, Flash Wiley's community, and also especially Brother St. Bryce's community. I don't know why that duality is just, that thing is a hold on me. To be sensitive to those brothers and sisters. So shout out to two of my sisters. And I know getting in the names going to get me in trouble, but Aisha and Kenya, we praying for you too. So Tashad said, no, don't drip outside. Just change the, the thing with the hose. Okay. Michelle D. Smith, Java, Jimmy Fam, have a blessed day. Stay safe and warm through this continued Arctic blast. I share the same sentiment as our sister Michelle. You all have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thanks for joining us.